Ready?
The Pittsburgh Steelers are on the road to
The
start the
new
new
season.
to Buffalo to take on the Bills in one of the top Week 1 matchups. Josh Allen ready to see if he can build off his breakout season. The Miami Dolphins
Mom's turn.
2021 taking on division rival New England right out of the gate, and the buzz around Foxborough is going to be off the charts because the Mac Jones era is officially about to begin. The Chicago Bears will head west to begin the new football season off to LA, where they will find a Rams squad
Ready
ready to play in front of fans
for the first time in their new style.
those fans eager to see if Matthew Stafford is the missing ingredient.
The game back to the Super Bowl.
The New England Patriots don't have to go very far week 2 as they draw the Jets of New York, who are hoping that Zach Wilson can play like second half Wilson and not the version they saw in the first half. The Chargers are at home for week 2.
Time to play on the boat race and
What a way to break in their new digs, welcoming in America's team, whose fan base must be wondering, didn't Dak Prescott suffer a tear injury last year? The Kansas City Chiefs hit the road for some Sunday night football action. This is some juicy action as we get another round of Mahomes versus Lamar. Mahomes looking exactly like you'd expect him to look in his first
2021.
contest. The New Orleans Saints are off to New England for their Week 3 tilt. Patriots fans wondering what might happen when you add their defense with Jameis Winston, because their D came down with 4 picks last week. The Los Angeles Rams are back at home for Week 3, welcoming in the
Jimmy Buccaneers.
showdown this is going to be. You're going to hear a lot of this could be a preview of the NFC Championship game all week long. Why not? You've got
Tom Brady.
It's hot as it gets. The San Francisco 49ers
They're fighting at home.
what a way to start things off.
I believe that.
Coming the Green Bay Packers to town, who have a new slogan.
It was just one game.
Has been magical. The Philadelphia Eagles are at home for Week 4, hoping to get back to 500, but they'll have to hand the Kansas City Chiefs a third straight loss to Detroit, which sounds crazy, but they suffered a crazy sort of loss last week. The Pittsburgh Steelers are off to Lambeau this week to visit Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Pittsburgh beware, Fred wasn't packing, and the old guy who lives in this neighborhood has long hair and is definitely armed. Well,
Here it is.
like an early season Super Bowl. It's what we've all been waiting for. Belichick versus
Brown.
Antonio going back home. Wait, that's not it? Okay, it's Belichick versus
Grun.
Patriot tight end. Not him either. Well, then forget it. Let's just get to the preview because that other reunion has been talked about plenty. Here's your recap of it. These two guys were with each other a long time and one wants to sue them. It was good. This will also be the first time they've ever faced each other after both losing the week before. Tom Brady getting a taste of that Rams defense, which must have had too much meat in it for his liking. Will the Green Bay Packers
Know where they are this week,
they'll be in the jungle?
baby.
They're going there to die just to play some football against the Cincinnati Bengals, whose QB did his best Axl Rose impersonation last week. Didn't show up on time per se, but when he finally did show, rocked the house. The New York Giants had
So this is
a
week.
divisional matchup with the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas, that city known for East Coast culture, and known once again for some good football.
Dak is back.
Prescott continuing his hot start. Didn't have to put up big yards, but tacked on 4 more TD passes, a rating over 130. The Buffalo Bills are under the bright lights of
Sunday on this week.
on the road taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, who calmed their fan base down a little by getting
Yeah, no,
What a Week 6 matchup this is. The Baltimore Ravens are at home and welcoming in the AFC West.
it's winners.
Chiefs, let us introduce you to the QB trying to steal the spot as the next Manning to Mahomes Brady, Herbie the Love Bug. The New England Patriots,
It's up back on this week.
America's team,
Coming to pay a visit.
how cocky are these Cowboys right now? 4-1 and riding one of the hottest offenses in football. The Seattle Seahawks fly out to Pittsburgh this week. Their wings clipped a bit to take on the Steelers, who may want to have NFL Network's Kyle Brandt deliver a pregame speech every week to Big Ben. The rested New York Jets are off to New England for a little rookie-on-rookie action, and Patriots fans, this is why you should be so excited about Mac Jones.
My preview.
The Chicago Bears Jaguars are off to Tampa Bay this week. The Buccaneers awaiting them, coming off some extra rest, which their secondary definitely needed, but maybe not their QB. Tom Brady hasn't just been grooving in the heart. He's been on the gridiron.
This is their 2021.
Delight anyone? So he doesn't need any extended breaks cooling him off. The San Francisco 49ers.
What's your favorite word? Coming off a bye.
Indianapolis Colts rolling into town, coming off
This is
their second win
of the year.
coming off another nice game for
Yeah.
Carson Wentz, who didn't have to throw much, but when he did, the results were more than favorable. The San Francisco 49ers are off to the Windy City for a showdown with the Chicago Bears. The Bears feeling pretty down.
After beating the Buccaneers last week.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers head to New Orleans for a grudge match with the Saints. Jameis Winston getting his first start against his old team. His old team, though, not really regretting swapping him out for the older gentleman they picked up. The Dallas Cowboys off last week take on the equally rested Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football
This week.
Both teams coming off a timely
Bye.
some of their stars to get healthy, which sets up a nice
Hello,
little showdown.
sir.
On one side, you have one of the hottest passing attacks in
Football.
football. The Denver Broncos head to Dallas this week to face a
System.
full of crazed Cowboy fans. Like they're on that sugar
Yes.
rush. The kids are on this week after mowing down 18 pounds of Halloween candy.
So rush has begun.
The Green Bay Packers are off to Kansas City for another big showdown. And once again, having to play in a big game short-handed. This time with the Chiefs, but they face them without
Aaron Rodgers.
on the COVID list.
So it's shooting of time.
Getting his first start against none other than
Patrick Mahomes, who's teasing to the win job.
but not in the way some other fans would have liked.
To give Kansas City the lead.
The Tennessee Titans head to LA this week for a little Sunday night football action with the LA Rams. A perfect matchup for the last game of the day until the news made the rounds. The king is dead, so to speak. Derrick Henry's season is over. So now the Titans have to forge ahead with
Out there.
They start their new journey against Matthew Stafford, who just got done slapping down 3 bills through the air, 3 TDs as well, rating over 125. The Cleveland Browns head to the East Coast this week off to New England to take on a Patriots team on a 3-game win streak. They'll need their run defense to step up in this one, which, lucky for them, did that last week.
They did a rip.
The Seattle Seahawks head to Lambeau this week, drawing the Green Bay Packers for Week 10. Seattle hoping to get its head
shut
back in the
back.
kitchen for this game.
Wilson.
The Las Vegas Raiders are hosts for
Sunday.
Sunday football this week, welcoming in the Kansas City Chiefs. who
They won 2 games in a row.
Patrick Mahomes finally ended a game without being picked off.
Oh.
Mahomes flip.
The Green Bay Packers make the short jaunt to Minnesota for Week
11.
11. Vikings making sure this game was still very much relevant to them by beating the Chargers in Week 10, and it was Kirk Cousins who led the way for them this time. The Dallas Cowboys are on the road for what could be an all-timer if both teams play like they did in Week 10. They're in Kansas City to face the Chiefs, fresh off a 41-point outburst. The Pittsburgh Steelers are off to Hollywood for Week 11. There to play the
AFC, that's so fun.
LA Chargers. The Bulls QB suffering another short circuit last week. Not the kind that made that robot in the 80s think he was alive.
My turn.
Man, how great did this game turn out to be? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And what a King Kong versus Godzilla matchup this is going to be when the Colts hand the ball off. The Los Angeles Rams hit the road after taking the week off.
For some rematch, Judgy.
The Green Bay Packers with a teaspoon of overreally added in, being OBJ chose the Rams over the Packers, but Aaron Rodgers seems to be just fine without him. The Cleveland Browns hit the road for Sunday Night Football this week. The Baltimore Ravens, the home team, both clubs feeling fortunate to pick up their latest wins. The Dog Pound feeling thankful they still have one of the best running backs in the game. The LA Chargers head to Cincinnati for Week 13, facing a Bengals squad that has taken on a new look, and their new look could play a prominent role in this matchup. Joe Mixon last week going for over 160 yards on the ground, 2 scores, and some more sweet sellies. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at home taking on the top
Team in the AFC.
Baltimore Ravens, who will look to take advantage of a huge mismatch that appears to exist on the front lines when they're on defense. The Steelers' O-line seeming to have more and more trouble holding up as each week has passed.
Here's my face.
Denver Broncos are in Kansas City this week
This is unbelievable.
taking on the Chiefs, who are hoping their bye week allowed Patrick Mahomes to figure some things out. The Las Vegas Raiders are off to KC this week.
Chiefs are hot.
5 straight wins, but to be specific, it's the defense that's been caliente. Secondary locked up Teddy B last week, picked him twice, held him under 6.5 yards per attempt. Buffalo Bills fly south for the winner this week, off to catch some of those Tampa Bay Rays.
Not the baseball team.
They will be trying to catch some Bucks while they're down there. Epic showdown between Buffalo's secondary and Tampa's passing attack. It was a Bucks passing attack that finally got back on track last week. Tom Brady had plenty of yards, lots of touchdowns. The Chicago Bears are off to Green Bay this week.
Packers arrested.
Their bye last week. Feeling pretty good about themselves too. Took out the Rams before their break.
Rodgers takes the top.
The Carolina Panthers head north this week off to Buffalo to take on the Bills, who have to hope that the Josh Allen they saw in the second half last week carries over into this game, and that the boot he was wearing after the game comes off soon. The Baltimore Ravens are at home this week, hosting the Green Bay Packers, which means they have to be ready to try and slow down Aaron Rodgers and the Packs' pass attack. Not an easy task. Rodgers comes in off a 14-8 performance, over 340 yards, rating over 140, a hefty 9.2 yards per attempt. The New Orleans Saints are off to take on the
This week.
an intriguing matchup, being you have Tom Brady against what might be considered his regular season kryptonite.
More than a woman.
Brady's last 2 weeks, back to cheating father time, 360 plus yards in each game, 6 TDs, no picks. Last week, game winner in OT.
Brady throws it back. Football first out of the 50.
Hot's turd.
Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots, round 2. Not sure what version of Mother Nature will show up for this one. Last time, she got involved. The one takeaway from the wind tunnel game that has to be accounted for this time around, Buffalo's ability to stop the run.
Pitch for Harris.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are on the road taking on the Kansas City Chiefs this week and taking on a Patrick Mahomes who might be looking more like Patrick Mahomes finally. The Washington football team is off to Dallas. Cowboys riding a 3-game win streak into this one. One of those 3 wins coming against the team. These two just squared off recently, of course. Dallas's defense was the star. Came up with 4 takeaways.
Allen in trouble.
The New York Jets are at home for Week 17. They don't have much to play for,
But
their
they're
opponent does. Tampa Bay is in town. The
winning.
Buccaneers trying to make sure they don't overlook Gang Green. Tom Brady and the boys didn't overlook the Panthers.
Brady looking.
The Arizona Cardinals limped their way to Dallas this week to take on the Cowboys, who are doing the exact opposite of that. Dak Prescott coming in off his best outing of the year.
This is Dak Prescott.
The Minnesota Vikings are in Green Bay this week against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, who are on cruise control as they wind down the season. Rodgers dropped 3 more TD passes down against Cleveland, no INTs.
3rd and 5.
Pittsburgh Steelers are headed to Baltimore for their final regular season game with the Ravens. Both teams still alive, but both need a lot of help. Ben Roethlisberger has to try and play after ending last game as if it was his last. The New England Patriots head south for Miami for a big season ender with the Dolphins. These two met week 1. Miami won 17-16. May as well have been last year. I guess it was, so nothing more to rehash. Let's start with Tua and that Pats pass defense. New England's secondary, 3 more interceptions last week. The LA Chargers head to the Strip.
For final.
Regular season game. Raiders currently outside, hoping to get into the dance. Justin Herbert and company currently inside, hoping to stay there. Herbert helped LA get there after they beat Denver and